Hey there, coin enthusiasts. Welcome back to CNN World, where we explore the hidden treasures you might just have lying around. Today we're diving deep into one of the most unexpected, yet highly sought after, coins in recent history, the 1977 Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right, a penny. You might be thinking, how could something worth just 1 cent turn into a collector's dream worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Well, get comfortable because we're about to break it all down for you. Before we get to the staggering price tag this seemingly ordinary penny can fetch, let's first take a closer look at what makes this particular Lincoln penny so special. As with many valuable coins, rarity, condition, and historical significance all play a part. The 1977 Lincoln penny comes from the Denver Mint, as signified by the little d under the date on the coin's front. The Denver Mint produced millions of these pennies that year, so finding one might not seem like a big deal. But it's not just any 1977 penny that collectors are after. It's the ones that were minted in almost perfect condition and kept that way, untouched by time and circulation, that command the big bucks. Now, what's the first thing that comes to mind when we talk about a coin's value? Condition? This is where terms like mint state come into play. Mint state, or MS as collectors call it, refers to coins that have not been used in circulation and thus have very little to no wear and tear. The grading scale for coins, known as the Sheldon scale, ranges from 1 to 70. With MS 70 being the absolute pinnacle of perfection. And believe it or not, it's those high-grade 1977 Lincoln pennies, graded at MS 67 and above, that are so incredibly valuable. So what makes a 1977 penny in pristine condition so rare, given that millions were produced? The simple answer is time and circulation. When coins are released into circulation, they get used for everyday transactions, and over time, they pick up scratches, nicks, and discoloration. Very few coins manage to survive in untouched condition, and those that do are either saved by collectors or tucked away in mint sets, avoiding the wear and tear that most other coins face. It's these rare few that have become the gold standard for collectors. Let's dive into why these particular pennies have captured the attention of collectors. First, you have to consider the era in which these coins were minted. The 1970s was a time of economic fluctuation in the United States, with rising inflation and changing metal prices. The Lincoln penny, like all pennies of that time, was made primarily of copper, a metal whose price was becoming increasingly volatile. It wasn't long after the 1977 penny was minted that the composition of the penny would change drastically, and this fact adds to its historical appeal. Next up is the design. The Lincoln penny features one of the most iconic coin designs in U.S. history. With the familiar bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back, this design had been in use since 1959, and remains one of the most enduring in American numismatics. But the 1977 penny, with its near mint condition and that small D mint mark, carries a certain nostalgic charm that collectors absolutely love. Let's not forget about the errors. Oh yes, minting errors. This is a huge factor in driving up the price of coins, like the 1977 penny. Minting errors can include anything from double dies to off-center strikes, and these imperfections make a coin even more unique. When a coin comes out of the mint with a noticeable error, collectors view it as a one-of-a-kind piece. It's this kind of error that can transform an ordinary penny into a six-figure collectible. One of the most famous minting errors that collectors hunt for is the double die error. This happens when the die that stamps the design onto the coin shifts slightly, leaving a doubled image. These errors are rare but extremely valuable when found, and even pennies from as recent as the 1970s can have such errors. If you happen to have a 1977 Lincoln penny with a double die, you might just have a coin worth more than you could ever imagine. Now, speaking of value, let's talk about what this penny could be worth. You've stuck with us this far, and you won't believe what we're about to tell you. In recent auctions, 1977 Lincoln pennies that are in pristine condition have sold for jaw-dropping amounts. The highest known sale for one of these coins? A mind-blowing $213,000. That's right, a penny that could easily have passed through your hands as part of everyday change is now worth as much as a luxury car or even a house. That's the power of rarity, history, and condition in the world of coin collecting. But how do you know if your 1977 penny could be one of these rare treasures? First, check the condition. If it's been sitting in circulation for years and has obvious signs of wear, its value will be much lower, though still potentially worth more than face value. But if you've got a penny that's been carefully preserved, looks almost brand new, and has that iconic Denver Mint mark, you could be looking at a significant payday. Sending your coin to a professional grading service is essential. They'll assess its condition and assign it a grade, which will give you a much better idea of its potential value. One of the reasons coin collecting has become so popular is because of stories like this. The idea that a humble penny could be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars captivates people's imaginations. It makes you want to start digging through your change jar or checking those old rolls of coins tucked away in a drawer. And who knows, you might just discover a hidden fortune. But remember, it's not just about the money. Coin collecting is a passion for many people. a way to connect with history and hold a piece of the past in their hands. Each coin tells a story, from the people who designed it to the era in which it was minted. For the 1977 Lincoln penny, it's a story of survival. Despite the millions of pennies that were produced, only a select few have endured in perfect condition, untouched by time, waiting to be discovered by someone who appreciates their true value. So, before you go spending that old penny or tossing it into a jar, take a second look. It might just be the key to unlocking a fortune. And if you think you've got a coin worth examining, don't hesitate to get it graded by a professional service. You never know, you could be sitting on a six-figure treasure. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to appreciate the beauty and value that coins like the 1977 Lincoln penny bring to the world of collecting. From their historical significance to their rarity and the potential for life-changing value, these coins are far more than just loose change. They're pieces of history, artifacts that tell a story of the past, and for some, they're a ticket to financial success. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the fascinating world of coin collecting. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1977 Lincoln penny, make sure to subscribe to CNN World for more insights into the world of rare and valuable coins. Share your thoughts, questions, or coin stories in the comments below. You never know, you might even find a fellow collector or a buyer looking for just the coin you've got. Until next time, keep an eye on your pocket change. You never know what treasure you might discover.